Doug says, can you give me an overview of spoke design and spoke application? When choosing spokes for your next wheel build, there are 3 things to consider: gauge, how they're butted, and shape. Once you understand these 3 factors, you'll be more prepared to either purchase or build your next wheel set. Let's start with gauge, which is just another word for thickness. Original nomenclature rated gauge in gradations from 16 to 13, with smaller numbers corresponding to thicker gauges. Most modern sources refer to spokes by their diameter in millimeters, ranging from 2.3 to 1.6. 2.0 and 1.8 millimeter spokes are the most commonly used for road and mountain applications. Typically, 2.3 millimeter spokes are reserved for heavy-duty use, like touring or tandem riding, and 1.6 millimeter spokes are reserved for road racing applications. Next, you must decide on butted or straight gauge spokes. Butt refers to a change in diameter, so a double-butted spoke is thicker at the ends and thinner through the rest of the spoke. A single-butted spoke is thicker at the hub and thinner throughout the rest of the spoke. Double-butted spokes have an advantage over straight gauge or single-butted spokes because they're just as strong, yet they offer more flexibility and are more comfortable to ride. With their thinner center section, double-butted spokes are more elastic and tend to stretch rather than break under stress as a straight gauge would. Single-butted spokes provide more stiffness than double-butted spokes without being as brittle as straight gauge spokes. For this reason, some downhill wheels use single-butted spokes. However, if you want an ultra-stiff wheel, then straight gauge might be for you. Triple-butted spokes are both rare and expensive. Depending on how thin the center section is, they may not be strong enough for your intended use. As spoke materials and quality has improved, the use of triple-butted spokes is rarely necessary or worth the expense. Bladed or arrow spokes are round at the ends and flat or elliptical in the middle section. These spokes offer both weight and aerodynamic advantage at higher speeds. Thanks to the flat section, bladed spokes also hold higher tension and distribute tension more uniformly throughout the wheel. Finally, there are 2 different styles of spoke heads: straight pull and J-bend. I've already given my take on the subject matter in another Ask a Mechanic video, so if you want to hear more about spoke heads, click on the link. Thanks for watching and good luck. If you want your question answered on Ask a Mechanic presented by Art Cyclery, send your inquiry to content@artcyclery.com.